So he took it upon himself already at a young age to go and speak to them and tell them Torah. The problem was he had a speech impediment. He had a stutter. And he says when he walked out of there, he didn't recognize himself. He went back to his town and he said 3 mamarim over from MITZVAH to everybody there, and they were all shocked at what's going on. MITZVAH, everybody. This is a story that has to do with a speech impediment. We have the parsha coming up is Parsha Shmois, and where Moshe Rabbeinu tells Hashem, but ani chvad peh, and Hashem answers him that who gave the power of speech, right? So you're telling me you're chvad peh. I'm in charge of if you're gonna be able to talk or not. So
Moses said, I can't do it. God says, what do you think? Who gave you the ability to do it? And then Moses said, did I stutter?
Okay, very good. So, there was a chassid of Dov Zev Kzivonikov, who was the chassid of the Tzemach Tzedek, and he was well known for saying Chassidus very, very nicely. He was an incredible speaker, an incredible orator, and people would come to him just to hear him saying Chasidic thoughts. So, but there's a story of how that happened, because he didn't always have this ability. He was always a very smart person, but when he was young, he lived in a town in the region of Chernigov, small town over there, and the people over there, there were a lot of Chassidim and a lot of people who learned very well, and it was very much a spirit in the town, especially amongst the learned, and it had a very big impression upon him that you have to do whatever you can to have give over to other people what you can, right? Give good. So whatever that means, right? To give of yourself with money, or to give of yourself with learning. You have to really have Mesiras Nefesh to give yourself over to the betterment of others, the betterment of your community. Now, him already at the age of 12 years old, he knew a lot of Gemara already, so he was very smart. He knew a lot of stories of Chazal, a lot of Agada, and he saw that there were many families there who knew no Torah. They were very simple Jews. They had a lot of emunah, and they did Torah mitzvahs, whatever they could with a lot of faith, but they didn't know any Torah. And so he took it upon himself already at a young age to go and speak to them and tell them Torah. The problem was he had a speech impediment. He had a stutter. And the older he got, the harder it became for him. Right. So he didn't know what to do. So he went for Yechidus to Tzemach Tzedek once. I think the first time he went for Yechidus to Tzemach Tzedek was when he was 17. And he tells the Tzemach Tzedek what's going on. He explains to him what he's doing. And he says why it's very hard for him. Tzemach Tzedek, it says that I think he thought for a little bit. And he said, do what you're doing. Keep on teaching the simple folk in the town. And Hashem will give you the koiches and the ability to speak clearly and without any speech impediment, and to have a real, as they say, a koyach hasbara, the power of explanation, for lack of better words, to really be able to give over a thought well. And he says when he walked out of there, he didn't recognize himself. He went back to his town, and he said 3 mamarim over from MITZVAH to everybody there, and they were all shocked at what's going on. And he explained, he said, I'm the Tzemach Tzedek's Goylam. The Maharal made a Goylam out of clay, and the Rebbe made a Goylam out of flesh. And anyway, that's just a short story. I mean, we have the ability to overcome any of the obstacles or our limitations that we have. The Parsha Shema is talking about Mitzrayim, Meitzer is a gvul, right? And to go out of Mitzrayim means to overcome your limitations. So, and our tzaddikim, the Rebbe especially, gives koiches that we should be able to go ahead and transcend what we have to and break our limitations. So, MITZVAH everybody, and thank you for joining.